8 clear signs she's trying to seduce you. Have you ever found yourself in a room with someone, sensing an undeniable electric connection, yet struggling to decipher if she's experiencing it too? Those moments when you suspect she might be dropping hints, but uncertainty prevails. Well, today, we're here to eliminate the guesswork. Stay tuned as we explore the unmistakable cues that reveal she's not merely intrigued, she's actively attempting to captivate you. Get prepared to elevate your dating skills to a whole new level. 1. She touches herself. Ah, the classic touch between the collarbone and chest. Believe me, that's seldom accidental. If she's engaging in this, there's a good chance she's attempting to direct your attention to her feminine attributes. Essentially, she's signaling her interest and encouraging you to take notice of her in a more, shall we say, intimate manner. So, if you're keen on her, consider this your cue to amp up the charm. Now, let's talk about the age-old hair twirling. It's tempting to assume that when she's playing with her hair, it's like receiving a signed invitation. However, hold your horses on that one. Hair twirling can be a bit tricky to interpret. While it might indeed indicate interest, it could also be an unconscious habit, or she might be feeling nervous. So, if she's coiling a strand of hair around her finger, it's reasonable to view it as a potential sign, but don't solely rely on it. To be sure she's genuinely attempting to seduce you, keep a sharp eye out for additional gestures, body language, or flirtatious comments. It's by collecting multiple signals in your favor that you can confidently determine when it's the right time to make your move. 2. She talks about sex. If she's initiating discussions about sex in your conversations, it's typically a clear signal, but it might be more subtle than her outright saying she's attracted to you. Perhaps she's delving into past relationships or dropping hints about her preferences and dislikes in the bedroom. These are clues you shouldn't overlook. It's as if she's providing you with a roadmap. Now, why would she engage in these conversations if she wasn't at least a little interested? It's her way of opening the door, of expressing that she's comfortable with you and intrigued by the prospect of taking things to the next level. However, it's crucial to understand that just because she's discussing sex doesn't necessarily mean she's ready to jump into intimate encounters right away. She might be testing the waters to gauge your reactions. So, pay close attention, respond thoughtfully, and perhaps share your own perspective on the subject. Remember, it's a two-way street, and how you navigate this conversation could set the stage for what unfolds next. 3. She tried to grab your attention. If she consistently appears wherever you happen to be, that's no mere coincidence, it's a deliberate strategy. Whether she casually strolls by your table or ensures she's in proximity at gatherings, it's clear she's making calculated moves to capture your attention. Trust me, she's orchestrating these actions to ensure you take notice of her. She may even interact with others, but always within your field of vision. She's not just present to socialize, she's positioning herself firmly on your radar. This isn't by chance, she's working with a game plan, and you're the prize she has her sights on. So, if you're catching these signals, don't let the opportunity slip away. She's giving you the green light to engage, and perhaps even make your move if you're interested. Consider this your cue, and don't let it slip through your fingers. It's time to step up your game. 4. She touches you. If she's touching you in a deliberate and significant manner, we're not talking about accidental brushes against the arm here, that's a substantial indication. We're referring to those purposeful touches, like when she places her hand on your chest, leg, or ventures even closer, into the danger zone. This isn't merely her getting comfortable with you, it's her way of conveying her interest, and yes, quite likely, her interest extends beyond just friendship. Now, if you find yourself in such a scenario, consider it a clear signal to be more direct about your feelings as well. Maybe ask her out, delve a bit deeper into her interests, or start planning a date. But hold on, don't rush in for the kiss just yet. This is a dance, and you're still getting the steps down. The good news is that you certainly have a dance partner now. It's time to show her your moves, but remember to maintain the right pace, keep the rhythm, and avoid rushing the beat. 5. She shows you some skin. Sometimes, words fall short, and she relies on visual cues. No, she's not about to strip down or anything like that. Let's keep our minds out of the gutter. We're talking about subtle gestures, the kind that might make you wonder, was that intentional? Trust me, more often than not, it absolutely is. For instance, let's say she leans over to grab her phone from the table, and suddenly you get a brief yet unmistakable view of some cleavage. Now, she won't make a big production out of it, but if she lingers there just a moment longer than necessary, she's sending you an unequivocal message. She knows precisely what she's doing, revealing just enough to pique your interest without giving it all away. So, if you find yourself in this situation, don't make it awkward by staring or blurting out a clumsy comment. Simply take note of it as another green flag in your favor. Chances are she's quite interested, and it's high time you began plotting your next move. 6. She waits for you at the end of the night. So, you've had a fantastic evening, but what unfolds at the end can tell you a lot. If she's lingering even as the party winds down, it's more than just her savoring the ambience, it's her way of saying, hey, I'm still here, and I'm intrigued by where this is headed. Consider this, she could easily employ the classic emergency call from a friend excuse and make her exit, but she didn't. Instead, she's choosing to stay, perhaps looking at you with a subtly different, more intense gaze. This signifies that she's upping the anticipation, relishing the mental foreplay, and essentially rolling out the red carpet for you to take the next step. If you've also noticed some of the other signs we've discussed, this is pretty much the equivalent of a neon sign flashing, she's into you. So, don't squander this golden opportunity. Whether it's inviting her for another date or planning your next move, the time is ripe for you to take action. 7. The way she positions her body before you. Alright, let's delve into the realm of body language because actions often convey more than words ever could. Picture this scenario, you're in a room with ample space to stand or sit, yet she deliberately positions herself right in front of you. But that's not all, it's not just any positioning. She angles herself in a way that ensures you can't possibly overlook her curves. Maybe she subtly arches her back, guiding your gaze exactly where she wants it, or perhaps she artfully accentuates her chest to make sure you're fully attuned to her assets. And for the boldest among them, those wearing shorter dresses, they might even bend down in front of you, providing you with a tantalizing preview of what's in store. Make no mistake, this isn't haphazard, it's calculated. She's advertising herself without uttering a single word. If you're astute enough to catch her drift, it's a rather unmistakable sign that she's genuinely interested in you. So, be attuned to the signals in the room, or in this case, the language of her body, and interpret it as your invitation to take your next step. 8. She makes eye contact for longer than usual. Eye contact serves a dual purpose. Not only is it a sign of good manners, but it can also be a blatant indicator that she's interested in more than just casual chit-chat. When she's locking eyes with you for longer than what seems customary, she's unmistakably transmitting signals. We're not talking about a brief, fleeting glance, it's the kind of gaze that stretches out just a fraction too long, and you know precisely what I mean. This is her rather unsubtle manner of conveying her intrigue and her desire to delve deeper into getting to know you. She's putting it out there, man, almost challenging you to take the next step. So, when you find yourself on the receiving end of those lingering looks, consider it your green light to elevate your game. It's not just random staring, it's a full-fledged invitation to kick things up a notch. These are some of the unmistakable signs that she's eager to turn up the heat. Stay observant, and you'll catch on to these cues that can certainly elevate your dating prowess. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new facts. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.